Hey guys, Darrell and Tents hanging out in the cul-de-sac, just keeping an eye on the sky, anticipating rain. I've told you in previous videos that I have a Wiggy's sleeping bag. One of the selling points for me was the fact that it pushes water out of the bag. Now, it's possible as a camper, any backpacker knows that it's possible to end up with a wet sleeping bag. If you climb into a tent and you are soaking wet from rain, everything inside that tent is going to be soaked, especially if it's a one or a two-man tent. Well, I bought this sleeping bag with the idea that it pushes water out of the bag to where if you get into a wet bag, you wake up in a bone dry bag. So I've got one eye on the sky and the weather forecast, hoping for rain so that I can take my Wiggy's sleeping bag out into the rain and let it rain on and in it for about 2 hours. Then I'm going to drag it into a tent out of the rain, and I'm climbing in my swim trunks, and let's put this bad boy to the test. That's the plan. If it rains for the next, even within the next 3 hours, if I can get a good hour's worth of rain in and on that bag, I'm climbing in, and I'll show you the video first thing in the morning. You know, the irritation is I was planning to camp last night because it was supposed to rain, and it didn't. They're calling for rain tonight, but the last I heard, it's appearing like we're going to miss it again. So we'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned. Okay, well, listen, we're starting to get some rain, and I've got my Wiggy's Ultima Thule sleeping bag rated for, I believe, 25 below zero Fahrenheit is what it's rated for. It's starting to rain, getting some glistening on top of the bag, but the real test is the inside of the bag. Can it get wet inside the bag and still hold its heat value, as well as push the water out of the bag? That's the marketing, and so we're going to give it a test drive. I'm just going to let it sit out here for a while and let it get wet, and then I'm going to attempt a good night's sleep. Ugh. Stay tuned. Okay, so it's been out here for an hour, and you can see pools of water. You can see where, it's wet. It's a wet bag on the top and on the bottom. You can see the glistening, and jeez, yeah. So hey, no pain, no gain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it inside my tarp tent for the night. I'm gonna get it out of the rain while I endeavor to sleep in this thing tonight. Okay, so I'm going to hand the camera off to Michael, and I am going to climb into the wet sleeping bag. Yes. Okay, well, here we go. So you want to have a YouTube channel, do you? Okay, well, all right, I'm going to throw the pillow in. And, it's wet. It's wet. And I'm going to take my shirt off. So I've got my swimsuit on. That seemed appropriate. And I'm climbing in for the night. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Whew. It's cold. It's wet. Whew. Like climbing in the pool. Whew. Oh, wow. Okay. It is warm. It is warm. But it is wet. And it's kind of like
climbing into the swimming pool, and we're gonna see what this is like through the night and at the end of the night. And I'm gonna zip it up, and yeah, we'll see what we got in the morning. Now, Michael, if from time to time, my buddy Michael, making sure I don't go into hypothermia, is gonna check a couple times in the night and just make sure I'm still breathing. That would be a good thing. But I'll tell you what, I'll catch you in the morning, and we'll see what we've got, and see how this thing fared as a wet sleeping bag with keeping me warm throughout the night, and being able actually to sleep, and see how much moisture's in the bag when we wake up in the morning. All right, good night. I'll talk to you first thing in the morning.
Okay, well, I've been in the bunk about 30 minutes, and I gotta tell you, I really am warm. I can see steam coming off of the sleeping bag. So there's something going on in here, and but I'm really warm. I mean, am I wet? Yes, I'm wet, but I'm not miserable at all. I'm warm. So I'm going to try and turn out, and I'm keeping everything zipped up all the way through the night to give this test a real test and see what this bag does. So I'll talk to you in the morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. It is 5 o'clock in the morning, and I've been in the Wiggy's bag all night long, and the results are I am damp. My swimsuit is wet. I'm sticky. I'm just wet. So my experience was not at all anything like Envirosponsible, I think is his name, who did a similar test when it was 35 degrees, and he came out the next morning bone dry. Well, I am not bone dry. My sleeping bag is not bone dry. My swimsuit is not bone dry. I'm warm. I was warm all night long. The Wiggy's bag held up in terms of being saturated, but also holding in my heat. So I was warm all night long. I was just sticky. In fact, I could see, steam coming out of this bag. Now, it dipped down into the 50s, and so maybe it was just way too warm for this bag, for this kind of a test. But whether it was the temperature, whether it was the law of thermodynamics, my experience was not at all anything like the experience that I had seen with the other guy online. I'll put his name up on the video, so you'll know who I'm talking about. But anyway, didn't work for me, but I was warm, and so that's good. The bag held up. I was able to sleep most of the night, but finally just thought, man, I'm just sticky. So I'm going to climb out of here. I'm going to open up the bag, let it air out, let it dry out, and get a shower and start my day. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, I'm doing gear reviews typically the first part of the week, and then actually camping like tonight, like last night, camping the latter part of the week. And would love for you to join me. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share the channel, and if you click the notification bell next to the subscribe button, then every time that I take a journey or post a new video, you'll be able to join me and be notified. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. God bless.